Congratulations, you finally made it to 4 p.m. You know what that means. Happy hour. It's time to kick back, relax, and dive into the world of sports with the Young Norvelle Show. Whether you're catching up on the latest scores, analyzing the big plays, or gearing up for tonight's games, we've got you covered. So grab a cold one, settle in, and let's talk sports. Here they are, Patric Young and Terry Norvelle.
Man, we have got a lot to cover today coming out of a busy weekend, and it's going to be that way for a long, long time now. We are just about in it, if you know what I mean. Hi, everybody. Terry Norvelle coming to you from the studio. We'll hook up with Patric Young a little bit later here on the program. And then about 5 o'clock, let's catch up with Brent Beard. We'll talk some college sports with Brent Beard as we go here on a Monday, July 29th edition of the Young and Norvelle Show here on Action Sports Jax. A lot to get to. The Jaguars worked out on Saturday. They were on the field today. Saturday for like the third or fourth day in a row. Not the best performance by the offense. We'll hear from Brent Martineau hopefully a little bit later. He was on hand on Saturday. And not panic time right now, but gosh darn, you don't want to hear your quarterback, your fourth-year quarterback, throwing interceptions like he's handing out Halloween candy. And, I get it. It's what this is for, but we will see. A lot to cover today. Training camps are open all over the NFL, and they're about 3 or 4 days in. And let me throw this out. If you follow our show, I try to mid to late morning always send out kind of a show rundown. And gives an idea of, we'll talk about this, and we pretty much hit it pretty good. But, the stories of the day, and I get it, things break between this morning and this afternoon, so we do a little bit of an adjustment. But this morning, early, one of my topics was, I think my lead topic, and I don't have it in front of me, but I'm doing it off memory. I think my lead topic was, the Jaguars and practice number 4 from Saturday. Things weren't great, blah, 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 blah. And I think my second little topic for today was NFL camps. And right now, around the NFL camps, it's been nothing but bad news. Just bad news everywhere. And not bad news off the field, but bad news injury-wise. My God. Is it just me, or is there an epidemic right now? Camps have only been open like 4 days across the NFL. Today, 2 more season-ending injuries were reported. The Colts had a defensive end out with an Achilles season. The Cowboys over the weekend, defensive end Williams, out for the season, ACL. And I'm telling you, I don't have an official count. That's at least 5 or 6 season-ending camp injuries in the NFL, and we just started. Now, does it happen every year? I guess. And are we more in tune with it now because we are all over anything that has a F in front of it? Football. We're jumping on it. But my goodness, it just seems like there are injuries like crazy. And the NFL, much like college football, you've got about 3 weeks of practice, right? And these are the 3 weeks that you actually practice hard. So I get it. This is when the injuries happen. You've got a bunch of guys. Keep in mind now, in the NFL, season starts, you're going to knock this thing down to 53. Right now, you got 90 guys running around. So just a sheer numbers game, if you've got 90 guys running around practicing pretty hard, this is preseason. These are guys trying to make the roster. But you've got 90 guys versus 53 during the season when you start practicing. And practice during the season is basically a glorified walkthrough. You barely break a sweat. Same with the college guys. And I hate to say this, but it's true. The college guys are going to kick off here later this week, most of them, and then into next week. They go hard for about 3 weeks, 4 weeks. They've got so many, I think it's 20 practices you can get in a 30-day period, and blah, blah, blah. There are so many days you can't go back-to-back, and you can't go pads back-to-back. But it happens at the college level as well. I hate to say it, but, man, hold your breath, college football fans. Your favorite team. I mean, these next 3 weeks, when college camps open, and these current 3 weeks-ish, while the NFL camps are open, This is the injury time, because I always say it. This is the 3-week period coming up here, and it'll overlap a little bit, but these are the 3 weeks where football practice is close to 100% and strenuous in the NFL and college. And you got a lot of guys. You got a lot of guys running around. But, man, alive, has it been ugly so far early in camp. We'll talk about the Jaguars. We hope to hear from Brent Martineau a little bit later here on the program. Brent did a good stand-up, I thought, on Saturday, coming out of the Saturday practice where the Jaguars offense has scuffled and struggled a little bit. We'll get to that a little bit later as we welcome my man, Patric Young. Hey, buddy. Like the shirt. You look
What's
fresh.
happening?
You look fresh.
Golf tee repair.
Yeah.
You look fresh. That's a nice shirt you got going on right there.
Little retro. I got a couple of these about a year ago, kind of retro looking.
You about to go bowling?
Yeah, it's a little bowling, retro 70s, and I got a matching one, kind of a little different combination, but I kind of like it. I go zip down, zip up, show the
zip
hair.
Zip down is for Sex Panther only. Zip.
Yeah. How you doing, man? How's your weekend, man?
Terry, watch it with that zipper. A little carried away there.
You settle down there, Benita. You settle down, young lady. You settle down. We got a bunch of other ladies saying, zip it down, my man. Zip it down.
Simmer down.
How was your weekend, buddy?
What did I do?
Busy, huh?
Oh, yeah, we had COVID. We did nothing.
Oh, yeah, but you look good. You've whipped COVID. Are you going to...
Well, actually, this is something you're doing. Things pretty cool. I went to a family reunion, and my second cousin, Travis Taylor, was there.
The receiver?
Former Gator receiver. Yeah,
great player.
I had only met him when he was still playing at Florida,
right?
And obviously followed him and cheered him on in his professional career. But he still looks great. Great hair. He was super great hair, but.
He was a great player. He was a great player at Florida. He might have been a first or second round pick. I mean, he was a high draft pick too, man.
Yeah, he was great.
And I
think his rookie year they won the Super Bowl.
I think so. And
with the Ravens,
Patric,
he was injured, but
you could catch me up on this, but I think Travis Taylor was a guy that the NFL films kind of followed him around. He was one of the draft choices they followed. Doing a little, and it was fascinating. It was fascinating. I think he was getting married at the time and became a draft choice. And boy, he was good. He was a Spurrier receiver, right? He was under Coach Spurrier.
He's under Coach Spurrier.
Ooh.
I didn't get a chance to talk with him. I was like, "Oh, Travis, man, tell me some stories. Tell me some stories, please." It was a series on about Spurrier the other day. I didn't remember that he said this. You can't spell citrus without UT.
Oh, yeah, that was famous. Yeah. FSU, Free Shoes University. FSU.
Free Shoes University.
Yeah. Hey, we got some people already chatting with us here. G-Bomb says, yo. Jacob says, go Jaguars. Jaguars are on top. Patric, pretty good showing by the U.S. men's basketball team. Now, Serbia wasn't going to beat them probably. But I was real happy that the United States, they didn't mess around with Serbia. They went out and dominated. They needed a good win right out of the gate.
And, they needed Kevin Durant to be a big part of that, and he was. I think he scored 21 of his 23 in the first half. I mean, you got Kevin Durant coming off the bench.
How about that team?
I know, right? And, you feel bad. I feel bad for Jason Tatum.
Yeah, a little bit, yeah.
He didn't play. It's like,
don't you get him in the game? Don't you run him in the game a couple times? And I know Kerr said, well, the matchups did. What? Are you mad at this guy? You run him in the game 2 or 3 times for 5 minutes.
What matchup? Yes. What matchup does he not work out with?
Yes.
Who matches up against him?
So Patric, you're saying even Patric Young could be coaching a team that says, hey, man, all right, time out here. Okay, guys, here's what we're going to do. We need a spark. Hey, Durant, go in. Durant's your guy you pull off the bench, for God's sakes. Hey, Durant, go in and give us a spark. I
don't know, maybe Jason Tatum, he should get just as many minutes as Devin Booker, but Devin Booker's a better shooter than he is. it was just nice to see after the U.S. didn't blow anybody out. They were
I know.
in every one of
I
those
know.
exhibition games, to see them actually beat a good team. And it's funny, one of my actual former teammates from Greece,
Right.
he's Serbian, but he was on my team with me in Greece, is on that team. So that's pretty cool to see him there. But everyone else is fighting for second place, man.
Yeah, I tell you, and let me spin off yesterday. I'm not a must-see Olympic viewer. I'm not going to get home and say Tuesday night I got to be home. Thursday I have to be home at 4. Whatever. Blah blah blah. So I'm a casual observer. So yesterday, obviously wrapping up a busy weekend, man. I had a fun, good, busy weekend, and my daughter's officially moved out. And I've got a new dog in the house and all kind of good stuff, right?
Oh, you did? You got the dog? Nice.
Yeah, I got my brother. My brother's going through some health issues, and my daughter moved out and took her 2 dogs and cat, which I miss, but I understand those are her dogs. And my brother, God bless him, Randy Norvelle, wonderful guy, best human being I've ever known in my life, probably. He's battling through some stuff, medical, and he just can't care for his big dog, Penny. Sweet dog, so I bring Penny, and Penny's my dog now. I'm kind of fostering Penny. So I was kind of busy all weekend, Patrick. I had a good weekend. So I ran up the street and did a little shopping, and I was coming home. This was like Sunday afternoon, and I met a buddy of mine for a cold beer, right? Mile from the house, a place near me, and they had the women's soccer game on. USA women taking on Germany. Yeah. And hey, man, I'm the first person. Soccer's not my sport. I don't really care about soccer. I don't dislike it. It's just there. I don't know. Man, our women's team is good. I mean, Germany was pretty good. They beat them 3-1. Patrick, the USA women's team. Did it end up 4-1?
4-1.
It was 4-1. Patrick, the U.S. women's team is good, man. And I'm a soccer novice, but I'm going, man, they know what to do. They know where to kick the ball. They're good, man.
It's so hard to follow when, like, even the men's team right now, I don't think they have any of those guys that competed in the Copa.
Is that right?
Americas that are competing. So, and like, I do enjoy soccer and good soccer games. And my buddy, he's into it a little bit more than I am.
Right.
But he was like, man, this is going to be a tough game. I don't know if we're going to, stick it with Germany. And I mean, 3 goals. 3 goals in the first half.
Yeah.
That was amazing.
And Patrick, I don't know soccer at all, but to my naked, untrained soccer eye, I thought Germany was pretty good. But boy, the United States, the women they were relentless. They were just relentless.
I think they had Germany ranked 4th nationally.
Is that right?
Or globally. I think Spain, I know Spain's up there, France is up there, and I think maybe some South American team as well. Okay. But shoot, the way they played, why can't they get another one? I thought, they lost Alex Morgan. I thought that would have been a mistake. She's veteran. She's been on those last few gold medal teams, but I mean, they looked fine without her.
Yeah, boy, it was impressive. And again, I'm a soccer novice, man, but you could really tell. Hey, Patrick, over the weekend, I hate to admit it, but you're one of my best friends, and I tell you a lot of my life. I had a breakup over the weekend. I had a breakup on Sunday. Ask me about it. I had a breakup with the Netflix series Receivers. I broke up with it.
Oh, you did?
Well,
you broke up with it? You didn't like it?
Here's where I'm at. I basically finished it off. I went like 6 episodes in. The final, I guess the last episode, I finally broke up with it. The season was over, and it was going into postseason. Here's my issue, and it's not just the Receivers, but those behind-the-scene documentaries, which I like, they've lost their innocence, and it lost its innocence, and I think they've all, and by that I mean, Patrick, it got to the point where everybody on the documentary was camera chasing. They knew where the camera was at. They were talking to the camera. They were putting events together, knowing that there were going to be cameras. If it was a birthday, all those they're not reality. I want them to be reality TV, and they're stage TV now. It got really redundant.
Yeah.
All the wives, all the girlfriends, all the hangers-on, all the friends, they all know where the camera's at now, and they all play to the camera, which means it's nothing more than a scripted show. And so I broke up with it. I broke up with it, Patric. What say you, Patric?
That's fair. No, that's fair.
You?
But Benita Young, yeah, you had a really good reason. You didn't have like
yeah.
I got tired of them doing that, or you had a legitimate reason. Sometimes your reasons are like, what? Okay, I see you coming from left field, but that was a good reason.
I would like to see some wives and girlfriends without not being made up all the time.
Yeah. And I hear
having breakfast with the kids.
Yes.
And they're all beautiful.
You're all.
Oh, and I hope.
Why we gotta look like that?
Gwen Stefani. Why we gotta look like Gwen Stefani?
Yes. And I hope our viewers
pancakes and eggs at home.
Yes. I hope our viewers can hear your mother, the lovely Benita Young, talking about and what she was saying was part of the reason. All the wives and girlfriends, man. I mean, they know where the camera's at. They know when the crew's going to be there. They're putting on birthday parties and Christmas parties. And, buddy, they are made up to the nines. They're using it to become the next Mahomes' wife. And, you know,
don't be like her. She's
lost
crazy.
its innocence. It lost its innocence to me a little bit. And I'll give those type of shows a chance again. But, yeah, after about that third or fourth episode, I mean, all the wives and girlfriends and all the hangers-on and the uncles and brothers, and buddy, they were auditioning to become a TV star. It was fake.
They wanted a reality TV show.
Yes.
They want a reality TV show.
It was scripted. It got real scripted,
I really liked
me.
Maybe... Who would you say? Maybe George, and I like George Kittle's wife, but maybe she
got a little bit too. Yeah. She was ready to get her SAG card and she's ready to become an actress in Hollywood now. Yeah. And she was going to use that series.
SAG card. Yeah.
Yeah. And it got, it's lost its innocence. I hope they can get it back. But, no, they know, hey, they're sitting around the breakfast table. And, Patric, you've done enough TV as well. When you're doing 4 or 5 cuts and angles, well, that just doesn't happen, man. There's cut.
No.
Okay, let's move the camera here. Now we're going to shoot you and pick up. You said...
Do it the same exact way that you just did it.
Yes, exactly. So, really, the only way to do it is just roll 2 or 3 handheld cameras and just go. But, dude, they're doing breakfast at the table, and they're changing shots, and you're going, dude,
I know, right?
Just what you said. Do it the way you did it a minute ago.
Much.
Yeah. It lost its fastball a little bit, and I understand it. I understand it,
like,
Patric. If I was the player,
John, how do you like John Brown?
Yes.
Wasn't he a trip? His dad's a trip.
Dad,
oh my gosh.
The dad, yeah.
Coca-Cola. I'm telling you, it's Coca-Cola. You guys drink Coca-Cola at halftime. That's what's gonna give you the energy.
Yes.
Coca-Cola.
Yes.
He don't want to listen to me all the time. He don't want to listen to me and tell him two-time Mr. Universe.
Yes. Definitely. All right, Pat, I think we got you for one more segment here. Let's take a break. And we'll come back. I've got some Olympic stuff I want to throw at you. Just some Olympic news and notes, things I've noticed. Maybe you've noticed some Olympic stuff. A little bit later, about 5 o'clock, we'll visit with Brent Beard.
You want to talk about the ceremony?
Yeah, we can. I had my ears on, and I couldn't hear the ceremony the other night when we were on the air.
You didn't need your ears.
But it looked, the visual at night looked good, the Eiffel Tower and the river.
Absolutely.
But I heard it was not pleasing to a lot of people. You talk about it on the other side, Patric. How about that? Hang tight. Be careful. Hang tight. Patric Young will continue one more segment here as we take a look at the Jaguar practice facility. Not such a good start for the offense. Panic time? No, we got a long way to go. But, boy, you want to get some better reports from the Jaguars offense as camp continues. One down, a long way to go. The Young and Norvelle Show continues right here on Action Sports Jax.
At Southeast Orthopedic Specialists, we know pain and injuries can stop you from doing what you love. This is why our board-certified orthopedic specialists offer the latest in both non-surgical and surgical treatment options and create a treatment plan tailored to your unique lifestyle and goals. So, whether it is a sports injury or that nagging pain that's keeping you from doing what you love, our team has the right treatment for you. For more information or to schedule an appointment online, visit our website.
Finally, a family atmosphere, kid-friendly restaurant with a real sports bar feel. Bricks Jax Beach features all of that and a large, climate-controlled covered patio with misting fans and heaters for all seasons. Mix in an extremely diverse menu that features the most quality and affordable steak at the beach, and there's no reason not to enjoy your next lunch, dinner, happy hour, or big sporting event at Bricks Jax Beach, 300 2nd Street North in Jacksonville Beach. See you at Bricks Jax Beach.
I was tempted.
It's more than just food. It's a tradition, a heritage.
I was tempted.
It's about my family and the smiles on their faces. It's about the flavor,
I was certain.
the meat, the love, the community. Our
To
community.
change you and you will be mine.
Barbecue is who we are, and it's what we do.
The Action Sports Jax 24/7 network is streaming. I'm Stuart Weber, and I'm here to teach you a nice three-step process on how you can watch all your favorite programming from the Brent and Austin Show every weekday 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. or the Cup Date with me. It's fantastic. We talk NASCAR. It's a great time. Wednesdays at 1 o'clock. All right, first step, easy. Download the Action News Jax app. You probably already have it downloaded on your phone, so you might already have that one taken care of. Step 2, see that stack of pancakes up there? You click that stack of pancakes, and it's going to bring down step number 3, which is a full screen of all the different streams that you can click on, including the Action Sports Jax 24/7 stream. You click that, the video's rocking and rolling on your mobile device, you're watching all the shows you want to, and you're having a good time. You can also do it on your smart TV with the Action News Jax Now app. I do it on my Samsung TV at home. It's a great way to watch it on a nice, large screen for all the content. That's the Action Sports Jax 24/7 network. Hope you can find it.
You trust CGC to make your water great, and now you can trust CGC with your plumbing needs as well. Fast, convenient scheduling, licensed and insured. A quick call away at 904-552-1242.
You never know when you're going to have an issue with a shower, toilet, or maybe it's a sink that sometimes is easy to fix. All right, let's be honest. I'm not fixing anything. I'm totally staging this because when I have a plumbing problem, I call CGC Water Treatment and Plumbing.
Trained professionals, transparent pricing, customer satisfaction. Small problem or even a bigger issue. Maybe you need a new tankless water heater or something a bit more intricate. The experts with 25 years of experience at CGC Water Treatment and Plumbing can do it all. Call 904-552-1242 or visit cgcwater.com. That's 904-552-1242 or cgcwater.com. CGC Water Treatment and Plumbing, an authorized independent Connecticut dealer. Florida license number CFC 1432579.
There's a good shot of Jax Vegas overlooking the river there, downtown Jacksonville. A little cloudy, a little hazy, kind of the way it is every single afternoon here before summer finally blows out of here. Boy, it's been hot. I mean, it has been hot. Welcome back to a Monday edition. Terry Norvelle and that guy Patric Young here. Patrick will be on with one more segment here. We'll have Brent Beard at the top of the hour looking at some college football stuff, including, my God, the Notre Dame football schedule. We'll get into that in a little bit. Boy, Notre Dame, don't lose any games. Your schedule is miserable. Hey, Patrick, coming up on Thursday. Do you realize Thursday is August 1st? And Thursday, do we lose Patrick's audio? Hey there, Pat. I see you, but I don't hear you. I was saying to Patrick, Thursday is August 1st. That also marks 4 days when the Ocho. There you go. I hear you now, Pat. I hear you now, buddy.
All right.
You sound good. You
Okay,
look
there
better.
we go. Gotcha.
You sound good. You look better.
Terry, have you looked up car jiu-jitsu?
Yes. Card jiu-jitsu. So anyway, coming up on August 1st, which is Thursday, the Ocho, ESPN 8, is back, and they will have 4 days of seldom seen sports on TV, right? That's kind of their thing. And they've got a bunch of good ones, including, Patrick, Can you try to explain to people what car jiu-jitsu is? It's one of the Ocho's sports they'll highlight. It's unbelievable. Talk about it, Patrick.
It is jiu-jitsu, which is a form of mixed martial arts that does not involve striking. It is grappling, and I want to say that each round is 3 or 4 minutes. The first 2 rounds start in the front seat of a sedan. I don't know if I'm sure they use different cars. But the video I watched, they were in a sedan.
Yes.
Both contestants or have seatbelts on.
Yes, they're belted in.
That whistle, you rip that seatbelt off, and you try to get on top of that other guy and get him to tap out.
Oh my goodness.
Well, Patrick, you've got a choice. Most of them will go for their own belt to try and unbelt, but you can go to the other guy and try to keep him from getting unbelted.
Yes.
And hey, Patrick, I started watching it. It's hilarious. So a lot of times, Patrick,
so great.
One of the guys would get his belt off, like the harness that you have on right there, right? He would get his, so he's free to move, and his opponent is still hooked in, and he's just beating the crap out of that guy because he can't.
Yep. That seatbelt, even when you get out, you got to get that seatbelt away from you because you can use it to wrap, like the guy wrapped it around the guy's neck.
Yes.
I was like, what?
Yes, it's all things
Y'all
go.
trying to kill people.
And then I saw one guy, he unbelted himself, and they start grappling, and then the opponent, he buckled him back in.
Are you serious? Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't see
but
that.
You're
That's
right.
great.
Hey, and Patrick, were there any rules? Was it anything goes? It looked like anything goes, man. Inside a car.
I mean, you can't hit. You can't hit it strike.
Yeah.
Other than that, I mean, you can knees on heads. If you get in a position you want to, you get on top of a guy and hold him down. You win that round. And,
can you tap out? Yeah, you tap out, and then does it go to a judging?
No.
I don't know.
If you win the first 2 rounds, it's over. But if there's a sudden death, which is in the back row of the car, I think it's literally just the first one to give up. They're like to tap out. There's no time limit on round 3.
Patrick, who thought of this?
Car jiu-jitsu.
Who thought of this? It's beautiful.
Who?
Patrick.
I'm gonna watch it. You have to watch this.
Hey, and you know what? If I would have known this, I would have already set something up with your mom, and I would have her ready to put you in a chokehold right now as car jiu-jitsu. Right now. Choke him out.
I'm loving this. I like where you're
Choke him out, Benita. Choke him out right now.
Terry, the one thing about my mom is that if she's getting in a fight or an altercation, she fights to win.
Oh, yeah.
So she will do.
I'll play dirty.
She will play dirty.
I'll give you a good show.
She would give me the meanest titty twister. The meanest titty twister you've ever had in your life.
And you deserve it. You've been a bad kid, man. You were a bad kid.
I look like a sweet suburban housewife, but man, I can throw down.
Oh, Lord. Patrick, car jiu-jitsu. It's unbelievable. That's one of the Ocho. How about, here's
the new, keep an eye out for a new sport making the Olympics here in the future.
Yeah. Car jiu-jitsu, where you fight it out with a guy that's... All right, let me go over a couple more of the Ocho will come out, and this is August 1, 2, 3, and 4. They're trying to give you 4 days of Olympic alternative TV to watch if you're not into the Olympics. So that's one of them. How about waitress competition? This is where professional wait staff, they slog them through a design course to cause spills and thrills, right? Can you imagine carrying a bunch of mugs of beer and stuff? Who can get through that? That is a good one. Some other things you're going to see. Papa Shot. I hadn't seen Papa Shot in a long time. Where did Papa Shot go?
Papa Shot tournament. They do a tournament.
Yeah, I hadn't seen that at like bars, and used to see those all the time. Do they take up too much space or something? I don't see the Papa Shot very often anymore out and about. Do you? I don't see Papa Shot.
They have one at Strings.
Okay.
But other than that, they're at Dave & Buster's in main event, but more places should have games like that for sure.
Yeah. Here's another Ocho sport you'll see coming up August 1 through 4. Speed chess. I like this. You don't have time to think, man. You got to move. Speed chess. Make you move. None of this. Patrick, look. Let me see. No, speed chess, my man. I like it. I like that, don't you? I like it a lot.
I don't know if I'll watch that one.
Battle of the Buoy 2. Pro double teams fight to stay afloat in New York City for a chance to hoist the coveted Golden Buoy. I think that New York river is like the river over in Paris. It's dirty. Nobody wants to float around in that damn thing. Ugh. Car Jiu-Jitsu. It's jiu-jitsu, but inside a car, where every seatbelt and dashboard are used for leverage, and each round can only be won by submission, Patrick. Car Jiu-Jitsu. Oh, it's so good.
My mom's looking it up now, of course.
Oh, they're also going to have the National Putting Tour Finals. I could watch that, National Putting Tour. So there you have it. If you're not into the Olympics, the Ocho is ready for you.
Banana ball, because banana ball with Savannah Bananas, they're so backed up. With going in person, it's a chance to watch them on TV.
Patrick, 2 weekends ago, I was flipping channels. I've never gone to the Savannah Bananas, and I want to. And they tour around. They came through here not long ago, but I didn't go. They had their game on TV. It's crazy. It's an entertaining thing, man. They had it on TV like they're having it. It is something.
They make it for the fans, man.
It is.
I watched a little behind it. It's really tough. You got obviously you got to be actual good at baseball, but you got to have like the personality, etc. And then you have to have your why. Why do you want to be a part of that? I can't remember exactly how because he wears the guy that started it. He wears the all yellow suit and the yellow top hat.
Okay.
He's like he's the owner, the starter of it.
Like the ring. He's like the ring.
He's like a showman.
Master.
Yes.
The ring master. Yeah.
Exactly.
For every one of the games. Yeah, and they play the party animals. They play the party animals. That's the other team. You know how the Globetrotters always had the Washington somebody's was kind of like their team. They play the party animals, I think it is.
Oh, I see. We didn't want to go with the Propel today. We didn't want to go with the
Propel. I couldn't find it. Couldn't find it around the corner. Propel's hard to find, man.
Why do you not just order
not that. Nah.
12 off of Amazon, Terry?
Nah, that'd be the right thing to do. Nah, I'd rather just stop and get frustrated and be mad. I can't.
And get one at a time. You rather pay $4 for one when you could pay $9 for 12?
Well, yeah, pretty much. Yeah, pretty much. That's my math.
I don't like his tone, Terry. That was very judgmental.
I agree,
You shouldn't have
Benita.
to put up with that.
I agree. You need to car jiu-jitsu his little butt right now is what you need to do. I smell a chokehold from Benita Young coming across.
I'm driving.
Yeah, be careful. Be careful. Hey, Patrick, a couple things before we get you out of here. I know you're going to a doctor's appointment. I want to throw this under the yeah, right category, okay? Yeah, right. Did you hear about the Italian track and field guy and what he's blaming on? He lost his wedding ring? Yeah, right. This guy, track and field guy for Italy, he claims that during the opening ceremony the other night, they were all in boats, right? They were all in boats. It was pouring down rain, and he claims, well, it was so wet, and next thing you know, my ring slipped off and went into the river. I think my man had already lost that wedding ring, and he used that as an excuse.
Hey,
Patrick.
That is a good excuse. If that's what he actually did, I hope he didn't lose it before that. But I mean, he'd be covered.
All I know is if you looked on,
it was raining.
Hey, all I know, Patrick, if you look on the mistress's nightstand, that ring's probably on that nightstand. I think that ring is on that nightstand of that mistress. But he blamed it on all the rain. Hey, did you hear about and this is kind of a international political scandal. Did you hear about the screw-up they had during the opening ceremonies on the PA system with North and South Korea? Did you hear about that?
They called South Korea North Korea. Yeah, I heard that one.
Oh, yeah. And I hope I get this right, but in the boat parade, North Korea, they're the bad guys, right? They are the Democratic People's Republic of Korea. South Korea is the Republic of Korea. They mixed them up, Patrick, in their introduction in both English and French. Ooh, that's going to leave a mark. Yeah. That's going to leave a mark. Oh, that is definitely going to leave a mark. All right, Patrick, one more thing here. I want to make sure we get this out. Olympic kind of a story here. They've had trouble over there with that river. That river Seine. It's a famous river that runs right there through Paris. Very famous in world history. Very famous river, but it's dirty. It's like much of France, Patrick. That river is dirty, right? Ugh, it's polluted and yucky. And the mayor swam in it like a week ago to prove it's not. They've cleaned it up a little bit. Well, here's how much they cleaned it up, Patrick. They one of the sports obviously over there is the triathlon. You run, you bike, and you swim. Well, the triathletes yesterday, they wanted to get their final practice in. A little bit of you stretch your legs, stretch your arms, get a little practice, a little biking, a little jogging, maybe a little swimming in the river. Well, Patrick, they had to cancel the swim because as they tested the water, it's still too damn dirty. It was a hazard to get in the damn river. Ugh.
So what are they gonna do?
I don't know. They claim all the rain the other day caused the the levels to get. Wouldn't you think the rain would have helped it? Clean it? I don't know.
Right.
Patrick.
Because France actually has a really good. They have a really good filtration system of how they clean their water for drinking. But yeah, I don't know how that would work for river water.
They dirty, Patrick.
No idea.
They dirty people. Them French, they dirty people. Their river's dirty. They couldn't even practice. My goodness. I smell some lawsuits. If I don't win a medal and I'm not happy, I'm going to say, man, I got some kind of third eye growing in my forehead from that river and somebody owes me some money.
But then, is one day enough to make it safe enough for them to swim?
I don't know, man. I don't know. How bad do you want to win a gold medal, my man? So. How bad do you want to win a gold medal? I don't know. All right, Patrick, what else you got? You got anything else we need to hit before we get you out of here? We're going to talk to Brent Beard at the top of the hour. What's going on, man? Anything we need to know about?
Oh, gosh. Man, I met a Tennessee fan today. She's really a diehard fan, apparently. Right. But she didn't know. She told a really cool story, actually. It was a really cool story. When she was at UT, Bruce Pearl had gotten there around the time she had gotten there. And I guess, I wonder if she was at the cafeteria for the student athletes, and this guy's just begging people to come to the basketball game.
Okay.
He's going table by table by table, begging people to come to the basketball game. And it was Bruce Pearl.
Nice.
It was Bruce Pearl that when he was trying to put Tennessee on the map, like the guy was
when he just got there. When he just got there, probably, yeah. How about that? Did she go?
She didn't know who he was. Some people did, but I think she did.
Now, where'd you run into her at? Oh, we lost Patrick a little bit. Where'd you run into this Tennessee Vol fan at? Were you in Knoxville earlier today? What are you doing in Knoxville? Uh-oh. I think we lost Patrick. We'll never know where he met the Tennessee Vol fan at. I don't think he was in Knoxville. There we go. All right. That's it for Patrick Young. He's going into a appointment he's got. He had this scheduled, so we appreciate 30, 35 minutes. Well, what is it, maybe 40? We got about... Hold on, where's my phone? Yeah, 40 minutes of Patrick Young. Hang tight, we're going to take a break here as we are cruising through a Monday edition of the Young and Norvelle Show. Top of the hour, Brent Beard, a lot to talk about. Boy, Kirby Smart is really, really catching fire now for how he's running the Georgia football program. Does he have any options? Are his hands tied? A tough situation right now. And boy, if you're Kirby Smart, how worried are you about the rest of the football season, the upcoming season? Man, you got to believe he's one or two more incidents away from the heat is really on. Is it fair? Is it not? We'll talk to Brent Beard about that. The Notre Dame football schedule, my God, Fighting Irish. I didn't realize it was this bad. That and a whole lot more. We'll talk some Major League Baseball, some college football news and notes, and I'll tell you about the Coach Spurrier. Spurrier's Gridiron Grill anniversary party 2 weeks from today. We have 2 tables. If you're a Gator fan and you want to go, or if you know the ultimate Gator fan and you want to really give an early Christmas present, you don't want to miss Spurrier's Gridiron Grill 3rd anniversary 2 weeks from today, Monday, August 12th. We'll tell you about it on the other side.
For those dealing with pain from a sports injury, arthritis, or spine condition, Southeast Orthopedic Specialists offers innovative new non-surgical options. Our regenerative medicine treatments, including platelet-rich plasma and other regenerative treatments, use your body's own restorative cells to aid in treating injuries. These procedures are performed in our offices and typically require minimal downtime. If you want to get back to doing what you love, our regenerative treatment options may be right for you. For more information or to schedule an appointment online, visit our website.
Finally, a family atmosphere, kid-friendly restaurant with a real sports bar feel. Bricks Jax Beach features all of that and a large, climate-controlled covered patio with misting fans and heaters for all seasons. Mix in an extremely diverse menu that features the most quality and affordable steak at the beach, and there's no reason not to enjoy your next lunch, dinner, happy hour, or big sporting event at Bricks Jax Beach, 300 2nd Street North in Jacksonville Beach. See you at Bricks Jax Beach.
I was tempted.
It's more than just food. It's a tradition, a heritage.
I was tempted.
It's about my family and the smiles on their faces. It's about the flavor,
I was sad.
the meat, the love, the community. Our
To
community.
change you and you will be mine.
Barbecue is who we are, and it's what we do.
Hey everyone, Olivia Tasley here from Action Sports Jax to tell you all the different ways you can watch our new 24/7 network. 3 easy steps. You don't even need a pen and paper to write it down. Step number 1, download the app. Search Action News Jax in your app store either on your phone or your smart TV. Then, once you're on the app, click on that little drop-down menu in the upper left-hand corner with the 3 little lines. That'll show you these options, and boom, right here, click Action Sports Jax 24/7, and you will be brought to our continuous stream channel. That app can be accessed through all these different platforms. Whether you have Roku, Fire TV, Smart TV, Apple TV, or Google TV, you can find our app. Now, if you don't have access to the app, don't worry, we still got you covered. We're across all social media platforms from Facebook, Instagram, X, YouTube, Twitch. We have a podcast channel. Plus, check out our short reels on our TikTok. Action Sports Jax 24/7. It's on all the time and everywhere.
It's a new logo, new branding. With Bold City Heating and Air, it's an old school approach. One of the few locally owned and operated air conditioning businesses left in Jacksonville. It's hot, Florida in the summer. You can't do much to avoid it, but you can keep cool with Bold City Heating and Air. It's every customer counts kind of service, from when these trucks have pulled up to my home over the last couple of years and when they pull into your driveway as well. From communication to pricing to the actual service, everyone at Bold City Heating and Air cares about you. You know who's coming to your house. You know they will be well trained and they will respect your home. Air conditioning convenience at boldcityac.com. Stay cool while it gets hot. Bold City Heating and Air can help. Don't get caught sweating all summer. boldcityac.com, and they have financing to help. New systems starting at $110 a month and $50 off any repairs. Stay safe, stay comfortable with Bolt City Heating and Air at BoltCityAC.com. Homegrown in your hometown. Cue up Allen Iverson. We're talking about practice. Let's just hope that's the case for the Jaguars offense because it was not good on Saturday. Sometimes you take a play or a bad play or maybe a headline type play and you run with it during training camp. That wasn't the case on Saturday morning's practice session for the Jaguars. Overall, almost the entire practice, the Jaguars offense really sputtered and struggled, and it's been a little bit of a theme through the first 4 days of training camp, and Trevor Lawrence partly to blame there. He did not look good, threw another interception, not a lot of completions, and even when he made a nice play, the receivers did not catch the football at times. There were some good plays at the end of the practice session, but mostly it was clunky on the offensive side. Now, that could be a good thing for the defense. This defense under Ryan Nielsen looks like it is flying around early in the 2024 training camp. And by the way, they dominated play on Saturday morning without Tyson Campbell and Jerrion Jones taking part in team drills. Those guys nursing minor injuries and sitting out of the team sessions just as a cautionary move from Doug Peterson. But the big story on Saturday, no doubt, about this offense. They have a day off on Sunday. They'll obviously do a lot of work in the film room, but it'll be really interesting to see how the Jags offense comes out Monday and the rest of next week because they need some winning days out here to maybe get a little bit more confidence, at least in the fan base, and maybe even inside that entire unit. For now, at Jags headquarters covering training camp 2024, I'm Brent Martineau, Action Sports Jax.
Special thanks to Brent Martineau and the entire Action Sports Jax team. They do a wonderful job and are continuing to do a wonderful job covering everything that is Jacksonville Jaguars. That was from Saturday. We wanted to run that. I was actually watching the first go of that on Saturday, and I appreciate Brent Martineau's candor. I think we want, if you're media guy, if you're a fan guy, you want to hear the truth. You want to say, what did your eyes show you? And again, this past Saturday now, that was Saturday's practice. The offense scuffled again, multiple interceptions. Trevor didn't throw the ball great. The offense just didn't look good and in sync. Now, that was Saturday. You heard Brent talk a moment ago and say, okay, Sunday was an off day on the field anyway. I'm sure they went through maybe some walkthrough, film study, homework, and graded the tape from practice on Saturday. And moments ago here in the studio visiting with Stuart Weber from the Action Sports Jax, I don't want to give away his entire stand-up, but he was out at practice today and said offensively the Jaguars were much better. They looked much, much better, which you would expect. So look for those reports that stand up and report a little bit later throughout the afternoon, evening here on Action Sports Jax. And good news, Jacksonville, the Jaguars kind of turned the corner a little bit offensively, very, very early though. And I say that if Lawrence was 12 touchdowns, no interceptions, not even a ball tipped by a defensive player during the first 4 practices, I don't think we should put a whole lot of stock into that either. So, yin and yang, be realistic here. It is practice, and that's kind of what it is for. So look for that report coming up a little bit later from Stuart Weber. Thanks to Brent Martineau and the entire team for doing a great job. And again, man, we're in a good spot, man. We get to use all their work and catch you up on the Jacksonville Jaguars. By the way, 26-33. No, this is not a snap count. 26-33, Omaha. 26 days until the start of college football. Florida State kicks it all off with Georgia Tech. And 33 days from the first full weekend of college football. So 26 gets us to Florida State, Georgia Tech, August 24th. 33 days gets us to Saturday, August 31st, the real official heavy start day of college football. It is here. We only have a couple more days in July. August 1st kicks in on Thursday, I believe it is, and it's go time. It is go time. With that said, top of the hour, we're going to catch up with Brent Beard. Want to dig back into Kirby Smart, the Georgia situation, the weekend stories, articles, podcasts, stand-ups, features, They all hit over the weekend with Georgia football. Ra Thomas, the most recent arrest for Georgia, an ugly description of a potential alleged assault involving Ra Thomas, receiver for Georgia, who's been suspended indefinitely. According to the alleged reports, Thomas was the aggressor in the domestic situation, his second arrest under this type of charge since he arrived in Athens from Starkville, where he played his first couple of years for Mississippi State. But, man, the fallout has been kind of what you'd expect. Kirby Smart, good grief, 2 weeks ago was defending his program against all the mounting driving charges in front of 1,000 media members in Dallas, Texas at the SEC Media Days. And, I mean, Kirby barely landed back in Athens, barely got back to the job, and boom, another major situation involving a player on his football program or in his football program that has made headlines for all the wrong reasons. All of the wrong reasons. A lot of at what point is Kirby held responsible? At what point does Kirby have to come out and say more than just the pat answers and the really just ordered up from HR kind of statements? Tough situation right now. Look forward to talking to Brent Beard, getting his perspective. Brent obviously is one of the better college sports analysts and college football analysts in our area. We use Brent a lot here on the program. And you wonder what an awkward position, and I'll throw this to Brent, what an awkward position that Kirby Smart is in right now, because he can't. Am I saying he's got 1 foot out the door at Georgia as the head football coach? No, I'm not saying that. But I'm saying the heat and the spotlight have really ratcheted up for Kirby and his program. And now if you're Kirby Smart, how many more mega negative stories can come out on your program before people want your scalp, right, wrong, or indifferent? How many more? Now, with that being the backdrop, what a tough spot for Kirby Smart. I mean, every night he puts his head on the pillow now. Does he toss and turn a little bit going, man, what am I going to wake up to tomorrow? And how many more wake up tos do I have at the mercy of 100 and something player roster of 18, 19, 20, 21, 2, 3, 24-year-old young knuckleheads? I mean, let's face it. The last thing you want to be is judged by a bunch of young knuckleheads. You were a young knucklehead at that age. I was a young knucklehead at that age. But, man, how much more rope does Kirby have? We'll get into all that with Brent Beard coming up at the top of the hour. We'll keep Brent for about 30 minutes and hit a bunch of stuff, including, I don't want to give this away all the way, but and if you know my show, our show, if you followed me, I love these things right here. I'm old school. I still love college football magazines. And when they come out, the prices now made me only get like one. They're ridiculous price-wise now. But I love summertime college football magazine, particularly Saturday morning, early afternoon, if I can square it away and throw the chair out in the backyard, enjoy some fresh air and sunshine, and thumb through my college football magazine. And I'll do this all summer. 2 or 3 more weeks, then I'll put it away. It'll be my reference guide. It'll sit on my coffee table. But I'm flipping pages yesterday. Just, and I'll highlight something or note down something. And I'm flipping pages yesterday. And I get to the schedule part, which I love. I'm just flipping pages, blah, 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 blah. It's Big Ten, ACC, SEC. Oh, okay. Who plays what, how does September 24th? Wow, look at that. There's 4 games. Wow, that looks good. I get over to the Independents. non-conference affiliated independent college football programs. There's only like 3 now. Notre Dame, Connecticut, and UMass. Army and Navy are in. BYU's in a conference, blah, blah, blah. So, and I don't want to give it all away, but my God, Notre Dame. Marcus Freeman, your top to bottom schedule looks terrible. We'll go through it with Brent Beard, and there looks to be a bunch of wins. Just roll out the football and win, but the angle is not the bunch of wins for Notre Dame. To me, the way I look at that schedule, and we'll dive into it with Brent Beard, my God, Notre Dame, don't lose a couple games somewhere in there. And I understand we're in a 12-team playoff now, and we've preached and preached and preached that one of the great things about the college football playoff at 12 teams this year, first time ever, is it will keep a bunch of programs engaged and a bunch of fan bases still doing okay. If we can win the next 2, or if we can win out, and if we can run through November and get to 10-2, 10-2 in a lot of cases should get you in or right at the cusp of getting in to a 12-team playoff. You'll probably have 1-2 undefeated teams. There's generally not a lot of undefeated teams in the history of college football at the end of the year. There's not many years where you've got 6 undefeated teams. There'll be 1 or 2 maybe. So 1 or 2 undefeated teams. And then there'll be a decent amount of one-loss teams. Maybe 5 or 6 one-loss teams. So there's 7 or 8. And then the last 3 or 4 spots, one goes to a group of 5. So the last 3 spots, good chance you can lose 2 games. You might even can lose 3 games if you've got a big-time schedule. 9-3 versus 10-2, depending on the toughness of the schedule, 9-3 may outpace 10-2. If you are Notre Dame and you lose a couple of games, your schedule may just beat your ass. You may go back and look at Florida State from a year ago. Florida State didn't get in because of their weak schedule and their weak conference. Man, I don't know if you've peeked at it. We're going to go over it pretty hard with Brent Beard, but Notre Dame, do not lose many games. I mean, I know that people of my age and older, Notre Dame, that name has panache. That 35 and under group, Notre Dame's just an average program. A little above average. Marcus Freeman is 19-8 in 2 years. I think Marcus Freeman's on the hot seat. Notre Dame, goodness gracious, do not lose a couple of games. If you are from the SEC or the Big Ten and you had one of these just butt-kicking schedules, really tough schedules, and you fight and you claw and you go 9-3, you've had a couple losses to really good teams. You've knocked off a couple good teams. If you put your schedule and the committee, which the committee is what feeds the computer, right? So it's still a human vote. If you rattle off a 9-3 in the SEC, you've knocked off a couple of really good teams. You've lost to a couple of really good teams. And then the committee's trying to decide who gets that last 2 spots. Notre Dame, man, I think the days are gone when that name Notre Dame pushes you to the front of the class. Oof. We'll go over that schedule in a little bit, get Brent Beard's take on that as we wrap up hour number 1. 1 down, 1 to go. Second half kickoff on the other side. Go nowhere. You've hooked up with the Young Norvelle Show here on Action Sports Jax. More after this quick timeout. Finally, a family atmosphere, kid-friendly restaurant with a real sports bar feel. Bricks Jax Beach features all of that and a large, climate-controlled covered patio with misting fans and heaters for all seasons. Mix in an extremely diverse menu that features the most quality and affordable steak at the beach, and there's no reason not to enjoy your next lunch, dinner, happy hour, or big sporting event at Bricks Jax Beach, 300 2nd Street North in Jacksonville Beach. See you at Bricks Jax Beach.
For over 20 years, Southeast Orthopedic Specialists has been providing the highest level of orthopedic and spine care to patients throughout Northeast Florida. Now, we're making that same great care even more convenient with Southeast Orthopedic Specialists Direct, a walk-in clinic where you can be seen for pain or injuries with no appointment needed. Staffed by orthopedic physicians and specialists, we offer everything from diagnosis and treatment to imaging and bracing, all with no appointment needed. For more information, hours, and locations, visit our website.
I was tempted.
It's more than just food. It's a tradition, a heritage.
I was tempted.
It's about my family and the smiles on their faces. It's about the flavor,
I was certain.
the meat, the love, the community. Our
To
community.
change you and you will be mine.
Barbecue is who we are, and it's what we do.
Hey everyone, Olivia Tasley here from Action Sports Jax to tell you all the different ways you can watch our new 24/7 network. 3 easy steps. You don't even need a pen and paper to write it down. Step number 1, download the app. Search Action News Jax in your app store either on your phone or your smart TV. Then, once you're on the app, click on that little drop-down menu in the upper left-hand corner with the 3 little lines. That'll show you these options, and boom, right here, click Action Sports Jax 24/7, and you will be brought to our continuous stream channel. That app can be accessed through all these different platforms, whether you have Roku, Fire TV, Smart TV, Apple TV, or Google TV. You can find our app. Now, if you don't have access to the app, don't worry, we still got you covered. We're across all social media platforms from Facebook, Instagram, X, YouTube, Twitch. We have a podcast channel. Plus, check out our short reels on our TikTok. Action Sports Jax 24/7. It's on all the time and everywhere.
Summertime means sizzling sales at Nimnick Buick GMC. The #1 Buick GMC dealer in Jacksonville has lots of inventory to choose from with their best price guarantee. Nimnick never charges above MSRP. You can save up to $10,000 off select new GMC Sierras or get rates as low as 1.9%. You know, I'm a truck guy. GMC Sierra, my trim level is an SLT. This one's an Elevation. Pretty good looking color as well. So here at Nimnick Buick GMC, you have a lot to pick from. My father-in-law, he drives this, an Enclave, so I feel like that GMC in the family. 2025 is coming around the corner, which means it's almost time to close out those 2024s this summer. You can schedule a test drive at NimnickBuickGMC.com, and while you're there, check your trade value and customize your payment options. Nimnick is there for you, even on Sundays. Visit the showroom on Phillips Highway or shop online at NimnickBuickGMC.com. Nimnick, your friends in the car business since 1941. GMC, we are professional grade.
Good looking shot overhead of the stadium. Things about to be all lined up with white chalk across it and ready to go. Football season is basically here. You can feel it, you can smell it, you can almost taste it. College and NFL football is here. We welcome Brent Beard, as we teased in our first hour. Wanted to get Brent on for a couple of things right off the top. Kirby Smart and Notre Dame football. Brent, we'll get to some other stuff, but how the heck are you? How was your weekend?
Well, it was pretty good. Terry, I've got to share this with you. I just saw this, and you may have already seen it too. They showed a picture of the stands at the Olympics.
Yeah.
And there were. Have you seen this? There were about I don't know, probably half a dozen millennials who were sitting there, and they were doing nothing but looking at their phone.
Yeah.
But Terry, here's the funny part. Sitting in the middle of them, completely ignored, wearing a ball cap, is Mick Jagger.
Really?
Yes.
And they had no idea.
No idea.
No idea.
They had no idea who he was, and they were so into their phone, they didn't know he was sitting there.
Oh. And if he busted out with a couple bars of satisfaction, would they have even known?
Maybe not, but
probably the group that they've the active group that's probably sold more albums and records and CDs than anybody in the history of the world.
Oh yeah, and we're just absolutely oblivious to him, And look, I won't elaborate on this much, but Terry, you think about this. If you and I were realized we were sitting next to him somewhere, look, I'm not going to talk his ear off, but isn't that a once in a lifetime opportunity?
Yes.
Listen, what Terry, wouldn't you at least say hi and say, well, who's your favorite team?
Yeah, who you pulling for here? What do you got? Well, yeah. Can I buy you a beer after the match or whatever? Yeah. How about that? Mick Jagger. And I thought you were going to say, and I didn't put this down on a preview. We talked a little bit about the Olympics on our preview this morning that I try and send out. And I know it's early, but man, I was watching some women's soccer yesterday and a lot of swimming over the weekend, particularly the swimming. Man, there were a bunch of empty seats. And I don't know if that's normal. I can't remember. Maybe as it's a 3-week event. So maybe as the weeks go in the preliminaries. But man, I saw a lot of, matter of fact, like the old Jaguar Stadium, remember they used to put the advertising tarps up to hide the empty seats?
Oh, yeah.
They had Marseilles, they had the name of the city and stuff covering the seats to kind of hide the seats, and hopefully it'll pick up. Brent, I want to get to a couple topics. One hit me yesterday, and then today one has really festered. Let's start with Notre Dame. Shame on me. I was out in my backyard over the weekend, like I love to do, with this right here. I showed people.
Oh yes.
My magazine,
and
it's what I love to do. I'll sit that chair in the outside, particularly Saturday morning. I'll get up, do some chores. By 10:30, 11 o'clock, I'll throw my chair in the backyard, get a little fresh air, a little sunshine, and I'll just peruse my book, right? And I love to do that. Well, I was doing that Saturday and or Sunday. And Brent, shame on me, and I'm not picking on Notre Dame, but have you seen their schedule?
Yeah.
And Notre Dame, you better be careful and not lose a couple games, because Florida State got shut out because of their weak schedule last year. I don't know if let me go over Notre Dame's schedule.
Yeah, I've got it right here. Terry, it's what, a 1 or 2 game schedule at the most?
And now, Notre Dame, I don't want to say, Notre Dame, this is not your fault, but wait a minute. You always don't want to join a conference. Notre Dame's schedule is terrible on paper. Let me go through it real quick. They open up at Texas A&M. Texas A&M is supposed to be about a 500 program.
Yeah.
New coach, hired their guy, new coach. At Texas A&M, Northern Illinois, at Purdue, who was consensus the last pick in the Big Ten, Miami of Ohio, Louisville, Stanford, who hasn't done anything in 15 to 20 years.
Right.
At Georgia Tech, I'll get back to that. Navy annual game. Florida State, Virginia, Army traditional game. At USC. Here's a couple things. If Georgia Tech upsets Florida State, well, that doesn't really help Notre Dame, because that puts a loss on a future opponent, Florida State. They play Florida State and Georgia Tech.
That's right.
Brent, am I reading too much? This schedule, if Notre Dame is in a clump of teams trying to get those last 2 or 3 spots with the voters and the committee, That schedule, Brent, am I wrong, is terrible.
It is. It is. Now look at the schedule in this way too. Look at the away games. The only true away games you've got at A&M, at Purdue, and then you've got at USC. Terry, that Georgia Tech game is in Mercedes, and Notre Dame will have more people there than Georgia Tech. Correct?
Yeah, absolutely, they will.
And then you've got the Navy game is a neutral site.
Sure. East Rutherford, yeah.
Yeah. And then they've got Army at Yankee Stadium
in the Bronx, yeah.
So look, realistically, the only now this can change unless Louisville does something. But Terry, they may play one top 15 team, then Florida State the whole schedule.
Yeah, and you look at the Notre Dame schedule. Notre Dame really, really needs Texas A&M to be good.
Yeah, Florida
State to be good. Virginia, people are saying might be pretty good, and USC. Keep in mind, USC hasn't been gangbusters lately. No. They've got a sexy name, but my goodness. No, I mean, could you see a 10-2 Notre Dame team being talked about the hours before the committee announces the final poll?
Yeah. Yeah.
And Notre Dame being talked about at 10-2, but okay, what about 9-3 SEC team?
Yeah.
And or 9-3 Big Ten team that played a really tough schedule that had 2 or 3 good wins and 2 or 3 good losses. I mean, Brent, am I in front of my skis here? Notre Dame's schedule could screw them. They better not lose a bunch of games.
Well, let's go to your scenario and extend it a little further. Okay. They're in this room. They've got all this data on the wall, and you're talking about a committee that one of the basic criteria is to play a hard schedule, and you will be rewarded for that.
Sure.
But yeah, let's say you've got a 9-3 LSU that's got a top 10 strength of schedule.
Sure.
And then you've got a Notre Dame team here. Their strength of schedule, Terry, is 57th?
Oh,
or
terrible.
Something like that. So, okay, that committee, now they're talking amongst themselves, and what comes up is, okay, fellas, we're between a rock and a hard place here. Notre Dame is TV's darling, but they haven't played anybody, and our criteria is to play a hard schedule. And Team X over here has done that, and they've got either the same record or maybe one loss more than Notre Dame does.
Yeah.
You know good well, they'd had this conversation of what in the world are we going to do here? Because if we choose them, we're not going to hear the end of this for months.
Well, using your LSU analogy, and I've got LSU's schedule. That's an interesting analogy. If LSU goes 9-3, LSU also plays USC, and LSU also plays Texas A&M. Two of the marquee games on Notre Dame's schedule, so you can kind of push those aside. But LSU then plays Ole Miss, perennial top 10. Some people say top 5.
Yeah.
LSU plays Alabama.
Yep.
LSU plays Oklahoma. So they cover A&M and USC because they both play them. I mean, how would you keep a 9-3 LSU out above a 10-2? Notre Dame's schedule is terrible this year, boys.
Yeah. But listen, good and well like I do, and Terry and I aren't here to bash Notre Dame, but we just know the reality of this. Terry, okay, how much pressure will that committee get from TV to slide Notre Dame in? Now that would be you talking about a dilemma. That would take that. They have how many times? Hey, how many times will they vote and re-vote on that?
Yes, you think, and especially how smelly could it get if? And I'm just kind of diving here. Let's say, and NC State does not play Notre Dame. Okay, because they're a scheduling partner with the ACC. But say NC State turns into a decent team.
Yeah,
Dave Dorn's been there a long time. They got a transfer quarterback from the guy from Coastal Carolina. Well, if NC State, who has no college football panache, but if they rattle off a much better schedule at 10-2, but Notre Dame's 9-3, you're like,
oh yeah,
wow.
Now, Terry, think about this a minute. Okay, here's your gauntlet here: Northern Illinois, Purdue, Miami of Ohio. Now Louisville could be good. Stanford, Georgia Tech, and Navy. Oh my
goodness gracious! And again, let's hold the Georgia Tech. If Georgia Tech upsets FSU week 0, that doesn't necessarily help Notre Dame because that puts an ugly loss maybe on Florida State, a team that Notre Dame plays, and that would FSU would lose some of their panache. So they're damned. They're damned if they do, damned if they don't. Whoever wins FSU Georgia Tech week 0.
Let's dip our toe in the river a little further, Terry. I don't know if Marcus Freeman can get this done at Notre Dame. He was help me on this. Yeah. He was the quintessential transitional hire to make the players happy. Yeah. Now look, Terry, he's 19-7. Yeah. That's not bad. But man alive, if you're Terry, if you're Marcus Freeman, don't you have to have double-digit wins this year or certainly next year, or that seat might get a bit hot?
Well, I think it is hot, and I think from a Notre Dame Marcus Freeman standpoint, probably the worst thing that has happened. I'm trying to see. No, he's actually 19-8 in 2 years. 19-8 in 2 years, and in a weird way, the worst thing that could happen is this year if he goes 9-3. You almost, if you're Notre Dame, you almost want him to go 12-0 and say he's the right guy. It took him a couple of years, or you want him to go 5-something because you don't want him to go 9-3. Do we keep him? Do we not? Do we keep him? Do we not?
Right.
What is he? What is he? What is he?
Yeah.
Man,
yeah, well, and
that
their
schedule.
Well, and I'm sorry you had brought this out. Now, and look, Terry, in recruiting, the last 3 years that he's been there, and he's been there 3, they're number 9, number 7, and number 12. Now, that's not bad, but at some point, if you're Notre Dame, and look, you and I have had this discussion before. I get the academics, I get the winner, and I get all that stuff. Man, you're freaking Notre Dame. I mean, if you're Terry, if you're red hot rolling at Notre Dame, shouldn't you have a top 5 class almost every year?
You would think so, and it goes back to a topic I brought up a couple weeks ago. If you're Notre Dame, and nobody's pointing this out, I'm one of the few. They are watching this ACC thing mightily because Notre Dame, they look around and being independent, they think is the best thing for them. And I can't argue. They know their finances. They know all that. Right. And they think being totally independent is the best thing. But they figured out about 15 years ago, it can be difficult because so many conferences are so big now and there are so few spots to schedule. Right. Notre Dame said, wait a minute, we have trouble putting together 12 games. So Notre Dame went to the Atlantic Coast Conference and said, hey, we're not going to join your conference in football. We're going to join your conference in everything else. We're a football scheduling partner, meaning we'll play 5 games. It'll help all the 5 teams we play because we're Notre Dame in your conference, and it'll help us. Well, what happens? Notre Dame's got to be doing some back channeling right now going, okay, if this ACC blows up, we got to have a 5-team scheduling partner.
Yeah.
Where do they turn?
Right.
Where do they turn? They,
I think they, Terry. I think they go the Big Ten.
You would think.
I mean, now they'll always play. That they've got Purdue.
Now, do you think they'll go to the Big Ten as a member or a scheduling partner?
No, I think they'll go to the Big Ten as a scheduling.
Five games. Get 5 games every.
Yes.
Yeah.
But excuse me. They played last year. Well, the last 2 years that they played Ohio State.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. They got Purdue all the time, obviously.
Yeah.
With the interstate and have you, but not a bashing of Notre Dame, but their schedule. I mean, I don't mean to be a mean guy, and I don't think I'm speaking out of turn, but Louisville hasn't been gangbusters lately, and Stanford's in a 20-year drought.
Yeah.
I mean, that Stanford name, that doesn't have the panache anymore. Stanford hadn't been very good in college football. A&M, I expect to be 500 or so. Wow. Notre Dame. Brent, stay where you're at if you don't mind, if we can squeeze out another segment. Wow, over the weekend, and we expected it, the Ra Thomas stuff at Georgia broke on Friday midday. It happened Friday wee hours of the morning, the arrest. But as expected, a lot of your national guys and a lot of your media outlets jumped in again on Kirby. And, man, I don't know if you saw a lot of stuff. I read a lot of stuff from a lot of different people.
Oh, yeah.
Kirby's in a weird spot. He's in a tough, weird, precarious spot right now. And you got to wonder how he puts his head on that pillow every night, worrying about 120 kids, if you will. We'll talk about that, the Georgia situation coming out of the most recent arrest on Friday. He's Brent Beard. I'm Terry Norvelle. Stay right where you're at. We'll talk some college football. More with Mr. College Football in our area, Brent Beard, on the other side.
At Southeast Orthopedic Specialists, we know pain and injuries can stop you from doing what you love. This is why our board-certified orthopedic specialists offer the latest in both non-surgical and surgical treatment options and create a treatment plan tailored to your unique lifestyle and goals. So, whether it is a sports injury or that nagging pain that's keeping you from doing what you love, our team has the right treatment for you. For more information or to schedule an appointment online, visit our website.
Finally, a family atmosphere, kid-friendly restaurant with a real sports bar feel. Bricks Jax Beach features all of that and a large, climate-controlled covered patio with misting fans and heaters for all seasons. Mix in an extremely diverse menu that features the most quality and affordable steak at the beach, and there's no reason not to enjoy your next lunch, dinner, happy hour, or big sporting event at Bricks Jax Beach, 300 2nd Street North in Jacksonville Beach. See you at Bricks Jax Beach.
I was tempted.
It's more than just food. It's a tradition, a heritage.
I was tempted.
It's about my family and the smiles on their faces. It's about the flavor,
I was certain.
the meat, the love, the community. Our
To
community.
change you and you will be mine.
Barbecue is who we are, and it's what we do.
The Action Sports Jax 24/7 network is streaming. I'm Stuart Weber, and I'm here to teach you a nice 3-step process on how you can watch all your favorite programming from the Brent and Austin Show every weekday 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. or the Cup Date with me. It's fantastic. We talk NASCAR. It's a great time. Wednesdays at 1 o'clock. All right, first step, easy. Download the Action News Jax app. You probably already have it downloaded on your phone, so you might already have that one taken care of. Step 2, see that stack of pancakes up there? You click that stack of pancakes, and it's going to bring down step number 3, which is a full screen of all the different streams that you can click on, including the Action Sports Jax 24/7 stream. You click that, the video's rocking and rolling on your mobile device. You're watching all the shows you want to, and you're having a good time. You can also do it on your smart TV with the Action News Jax Now app. I do it on my Samsung TV at home. It's a great way to watch it on a nice, large screen for all the content. That's the Action Sports Jax 24/7 network. Hope you can find it.
You trust CGC to make your water great, and now you can trust CGC with your plumbing needs as well. Fast, convenient scheduling, licensed and insured. A quick call away at 904-552-1242.
You never know when you're going to have an issue with a shower, toilet, or maybe it's a sink that sometimes is easy to fix. All right, let's be honest. I'm not fixing anything. I'm totally staging this because when I have a plumbing problem, I call CGC Water Treatment and Plumbing.
Trained professionals, transparent pricing, customer satisfaction. Small problem or even a bigger issue. Maybe you need a new tankless water heater or something a bit more intricate. The experts with 25 years of experience at CGC Water Treatment and Plumbing can do it all. Call 904-552-1242 or visit cgcwater.com. That's 904-552-1242 or cgcwater.com. CGC Water Treatment and Plumbing, an authorized independent Connecticut dealer. Florida license number CFC 1432579.
Back here on a Monday, kicking things off. Busy weekend. We're reviewing and kind of previewing the week. Terry Norvelle, along with now our buddy Brent Beard, joining us. You saw that spot a moment ago with our man, the main man around here, Brent Martineau. You can catch Brent and Austin every weekday, 10 until 1 o'clock, right in the middle of the day. The Brent and Austin show comes up right here on Action Sports Jax. Brent, want to get to a couple things, including Kirby Smart and how just awkward his situation is right now. But I ran across something this morning in college football. I don't know if you've seen it, and it just kind of it took me a half step back. Have you seen where the Rose Bowl, the people that run the Rose Bowl,
Yes.
have let the college football playoff committee know, hey, listen, we understand we're the Rose Bowl.
Yeah.
And we're a part of this whole playoff rotation and all. But the Rose Bowl has let it be known that they would prefer to only be a quarterfinal location, game location.
Oh, yeah.
Because they want to protect the January 1st, 5 p.m. historic traditional kickoff of their bowl game. I thought that was so, and I don't know if I totally agree with everything about that, but I kind of respect it. They've said, we want to be a quarterfinal site, but nothing more because we want to protect January 1, 5 p.m., the Rose Bowl. Am I right about that?
Well, it's a mixture of arrogance, and if you want something, you need to ask for it with that. But, you know, as you said the other day, they love that view of the sun setting on the San Gabriel Mountains.
Oh, yeah.
Is a thing. And look, this is a thing, that, and people have forgotten this. This is what kept us from having a playoff for probably about 2 or 3 decades. Which, you know, it's like somebody who that said, and they prefer to be anonymous when they said it, was the Rose Bowl parade has kept us from a playoff for 30 years.
Yes.
So
it really did. And explain that a little bit. Explain that a little bit.
Well, look, you remember the Sports Illustrated cover? It was the axis of obstruction, which was Jim Delaney at that point, and what was a Pac-12 or maybe even the Pac-8 back then.
Yeah,
that both those commissioners, they would rather be in a Rose Bowl game than to be in a playoff. Now, money talks, doesn't it, Terry? And they finally realized that they needed to get on with life and let's go to the playoff. But they still want to stick to their traditions. And look, I get some of that. I appreciate some of that. But man, but the thing that always made me upset about this was we couldn't have a playoff,
Yep.
Terry, because we had to have 8-4 Indiana versus 9-3 UCLA. So or something of that.
And
ilk. Yes.
But back in the day that you refer to, the Pac-8, Pac-12 was legitimate.
Yeah. Well, they
And
were.
That was a good, strong conference. The top team or two in the Pac-8, Pac-12 back then would have been in a playoff.
Yeah,
and of course, the Big Ten's always been legitimate. So, in essence, the Rose Bowl had so much panache, and NBC 5 o'clock, January 1st, that even if you fought and said, "Well, we're still going to have a playoff," well, you would have had a fake playoff if you didn't have Big Ten, Pac-8, Pac-12.
Yeah, sure.
So the Rose Bowl had you by the you-know-whats a little bit. Had college football by the you-know-whats a little bit.
Yeah.
It really, really did. So I just thought that was very, very interesting.
Yes.
Brent, have you seen the fallout nationally now? The Georgia program is just getting lambasted, and Kirby Smart, a couple buddies of ours that are national writers have come out. And it's an awkward spot now.
It is.
Georgia has used so many, and this is a terrible analogy, Georgia and Kirby have used so many get-out-of-jail-free cards. They don't have many left with the court of public opinion.
Yeah,
and,
I agree.
man, I'm not saying Kirby's, on the guillotine right now, but my goodness, he is at the mercy of 100-and-something kids need to act right here the next 4 months for this football season. Man, it's been ugly and negative around the Georgia program now with the latest arrest.
Well, and I saw our friend Matt Hayes had an article.
Who was I referencing,
for Saturday Down South that really took him to task in that, and Matt's point was, and help me on this, but Matt's point was, as I remember, was Kirby, the punishment needs to be more severe, and maybe it would be a something that would make these guys think twice before they gone into these issues. But okay, let's just pretend a minute like we as we enjoy doing. Terry, if you're Kirby and they start practice, it's either Wednesday or Thursday. When you meet with that whole team, and it, you've got, and it may go in one ear and out the other, but if you're Kirby, don't you have to peel the paint off the wall? With that first chance of sitting down and talking with them going into the season?
And, yes, I would agree with that. And the days of Kirby saying, hey, we're handling it, we have a plan, but it's internal, those days are over.
Yeah.
He cannot say we're handling it internally, and that's all I'm going to say about it. There's too much water under the bridge to do that, if you ask me.
I agree.
And now it really looks bad. And I'm not saying he's picking out, players and saying, okay, these guys, yes, they wear the red and black, but they're not players. But when he suspended the guy that none of us heard about, you remember the kid 2.5 weeks ago?
Yes.
2 weeks ago? He suspended for a driving incident a kid that was not in the most recent driving situation, a kid none of us had heard about. I think that worked against him in the court of public opinion as well.
Well, the thing that you and I have talked about, and Patric, for months now, is something that is beginning to be voiced in some of these articles, is the problem with this is, Terry, at some point it goes beyond the football program.
Sure.
It goes to the AD and it goes to the president. And look, we'll never know this, but with the numbers, at some point, does this reach the commissioner's office, and does he make a little, does he call some of that staff to Birmingham or
Yeah.
or could he make an appearance that you would never know about it? I'm Terry. Here's my concern is, and we're not picking on Georgia, but look, this has got to stop before someone else gets killed, and at some point, does it get where it almost goes out of Kirby's hands?
Yeah, it really does. And you touched on that a week and a half ago.
Yes.
Or 2 weeks ago when that last driving situation went through, and you touched at that, and yeah, and then he's at the mercy of his voice is out of it.
Yeah. Almost.
If it goes up to the president level,
yeah,
and or it wouldn't surprise me, as you inferenced a moment ago, it wouldn't surprise me if the president doesn't call the president of Georgia. If it gets to that point, he calls Sankey.
Yeah.
And Sankey and the president, then Kirby's out of it. Then Kirby can't say, well, we're going to suspend half the offense, or I'm going to sit out 3 games. I wonder. But, hey, we haven't even started practice yet.
No.
Kids do get in trouble.
They do.
And no matter had this happened or not at Georgia, the most recent, last 2 or 3, Georgia's going to – let me just tell you this. Georgia, like Florida and Tennessee and Ohio State and Alabama and USC and blah, 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 they're going to have a couple kids between August 15th and January 15th getting a little skirmish at a nightclub, getting a little skirmish, at the Publix, in the park, right? It's going to happen. The problem with Georgia and Kirby, they've used them all. They've used to get out of jail. So Kirby's smart. I mean, he's made enough money. He could retire and never worry about it. But Kirby's smart in a way now. He is the players might control his future if they step out. If 2 or 3 guys do something really dumb, yes, Kirby didn't get behind the wheel, but at some point the head of the snake has to be addressed. Wouldn't you say?
Well, and look, I wonder if Ron Thomas is going to be the next guy to go.
Gotcha.
I mean,
it's true.
Yes. And look, I have not heard. You may have, Terry. I'm not sure that Raw's not still in jail.
Yeah, I haven't heard he's out yet. I know he did not get bail. He didn't get immediate bail.
Right.
It wasn't that he couldn't come up with it. The financials.
Yeah.
He wasn't offered it.
True.
They said, no. I guess, which I'm not legal, but I guess that means, hey, this might be egregious enough to let's keep looking into this before we bail you out.
Yeah. Well, and look, I have heard that the police department in Athens are trying to be fair with them, but they're not letting them off the hook. And that's becoming very obvious at this point too. So, and again, my stars, Terry, when does this become a distraction to where it affects your football season? And we've said this about Georgia for years now, that Georgia's biggest enemy is themselves.
Yeah.
And can they, you bring enough guys in, and I'm not saying they're bringing bad guys in, but whatever, they aren't behaving. And the point is guys, what in the world is it going to take for you to behave?
And, Brent, we'll let you get out of here. I kept you a little bit too long, but in a weird way, Georgia's success might bite them.
Yeah.
Because let's say tomorrow Kirby comes out and says, hey, here are 3 or 4 really prominent guys who have been trouble on our program. We've talked to them. They're sitting out 2 games, 3 games, whatever.
Right.
Georgia's so good, they could still win games.
Sure, they could.
So in a weird way, the public at large wants red meat. No pun intended. They want red meat. So if Kirby suspends a couple guys and they just keep winning, the public at large is going to go, oh boy, yeah. So in a weird way, their success could bite them here.
It could.
Isn't that a weird spot for Kirby? He puts his head on the pillow for the next 4 months, and he's got to wake up going, man, is the light blinking that says message? message.
Yeah.
I went to bed at 11 p.m. Is the light blinking that says I had a message at 6 a.m.? Do I have a message?
Oh yeah. Well, and look, we'll get into this later, but it really makes you wonder: do they just need to make a hard, fast rule that, guys, if you're in a moving violation, this is going to be X number of games. If you do this, it's going to be X number of games.
Yeah.
I don't care who you are. That's just what we're going to do. I don't know. I mean,
and then you fall into due diligence, and sometimes things are dropped.
Yeah,
but there's a finite amount of games. So if you suspend for 4 and then it comes back, there's a lot of moving parts to this whole thing.
There are
a lot of moving parts.
Yeah.
Brent, go ahead.
Let me end on a positive note here.
Okay.
Look, I've talked to some guys in the media. I was on with Bill Shanks a little bit ago, and we talked about this, who does radio in Georgia. I love this time of year. We know, Terry, that it's almost like the magazine's coming out. There's still something exciting. I don't care who you root for, that in the next 3 or 4 days, your team is going to be on the field.
On the field.
Right?
On the field. The NFL fans are going through it, and the college guys are right around the corner.
Oh yeah. And look, we're going to hear stuff that we normally wouldn't hear. There's a lot of it camouflage and filtered and all that. Yeah, of course it is. But look, Terry, I don't care if they're on the field eating watermelon after running gassers. I mean, for your average fan who's had a 9-month or longer drought, just to have these guys on the field, there's something special about that.
Yes,
is it not?
It is. And as we go, Brent, I'll throw 2 numbers your way: 26 and 33. 26 days until the start of college football season, Florida State, Georgia Tech, and 33 days before everybody starts on week 1. 26 and 33.
And Thursday night is the Hall of Fame game.
How about
that? So, Terry, we're going to, somebody figured out that starting Thursday, we're going to have football at least once a week, certainly or more.
Yeah.
From now to February. That there's nothing wrong with that either.
I hear you. I hear you talking dirty to me. You talk filthy, Brent Beard. You filthy talking so and so. We love you. Thank you, buddy. Appreciate you as always on short notice.
You too, brother.
Appreciate it. As our buddy Brent Beard, college sports analyst, does a great job with college football and basketball. We'll come back, slowly put a wrap on a busy Monday. We knew it would be that way all Mondays now coming out of the weekend. A lot going on. We'll wrap things up and preview the rest of the week as we come back on the Young Norvelle Show.
For those dealing with pain from a sports injury, arthritis, or spine condition, Southeast Orthopedic Specialists offers innovative new non-surgical options. Our regenerative medicine treatments, including platelet-rich plasma and other regenerative treatments, use your body's own restorative cells to aid in treating injuries. These procedures are performed in our offices and typically require minimal downtime. If you want to get back to doing what you love, our regenerative treatment options may be right for you. For more information or to schedule an appointment online, visit our website.
Finally, a family atmosphere, kid-friendly restaurant with a real sports bar feel. Bricks Jax Beach features all of that and a large, climate-controlled covered patio with misting fans and heaters for all seasons. Mix in an extremely diverse menu that features the most quality and affordable steak at the beach, and there's no reason not to enjoy your next lunch, dinner, happy hour, or big sporting event at Bricks Jax Beach, 300 2nd Street North in Jacksonville Beach. See you at Bricks Jax Beach.
I was tempted.
It's more than just food. It's a tradition, a heritage. It's about my family and the smiles on their faces. It's about the flavor, the meet, the love, the community. Our community. Barbecue is who we are, and it's what we do.
Hey everyone, Olivia Tasley here from Action Sports Jax to tell you all the different ways you can watch our new 24/7 network. 3 easy steps. You don't even need a pen and paper to write it down. Step number 1, download the app. Search Action News Jax in your app store either on your phone or your smart TV. Then, once you're on the app, click on that little drop-down menu in the upper left-hand corner with the 3 little lines. That'll show you these options, and boom, right here, click Action Sports Jax 24/7, and you will be brought to our continuous stream channel. That app can be accessed through all these different platforms. Whether you have Roku, Fire TV, Smart TV, Apple TV, or Google TV, you can find our app. Now, if you don't have access to the app, don't worry, we still got you covered. We're across all social media platforms from Facebook, Instagram, X, YouTube, Twitch. We have a podcast channel. Plus, check out our short reels on our TikTok. Action Sports Jax 24/7. It's on all the time and everywhere.
It's a new logo, new branding. With Bold City Heating and Air, it's an old school approach. One of the few locally owned and operated air conditioning businesses left in Jacksonville. It's hot, Florida in the summer. You can't do much to avoid it, but you can keep cool with Bold City Heating and Air. It's every customer counts kind of service, from when these trucks have pulled up to my home over the last couple of years and when they pull into your driveway as well. From communication to pricing to the actual service, everyone at Bold City Heating and Air cares about you. You know who is coming to your house. You know they will be well trained, and they will respect your home. Air conditioning convenience at boldcityac.com. Stay cool while it gets hot. Bold City Heating and Air can help. Don't get caught sweating all summer. boldcityac.com, and they have financing to help. New systems starting at $110 a month and $50 off any repairs. Stay safe, stay comfortable with Bold City Heating and Air at boldcityac.com. Homegrown in your hometown.
We are back, wrapping things up on a Monday. Busy Monday. Good time of year. Football season in the air. You can almost see it in that aerial shot over the city of Jacksonville. Jaguars well underway in camp, and the college fellas will start it up here in a matter of days all over the country, particularly the Seminoles. They've already hit the practice field. They play early, so they get, along with Georgia Tech, an early start, particularly when you factor in they have to travel so far away. They get almost an extra week to start preparing for the season because of the travel to and from Dublin. Welcome back here as we are wrapping things up. Let me set a little bit of the rest of the week. Tomorrow, our second visit. Hey, we are in the heart of Mandarin now. You Mandarinites, there's no reason you can't get by, say hi, and enjoy the show live in person. Hurricanes Jointon Creek tomorrow is our location every Tuesday. I dined on double tacos. They've got a wonderful taco. We kind of do a Taco Tuesday out there, even though Hurricanes Grill and wings, they're known for their wings. They do a great job, obviously, with a million different flavors of wings, but do not sleep on the tacos. I had the BLT taco and the avocado taco after the show last Tuesday. We'll be at Hurricanes tomorrow and every Tuesday. Hurricanes Jointon Creek. Come by, say hi, and enjoy the show in person. They do trivia after we're done, and rumor has it that the trivia guy, he's going to cook up some trivia questions and throw them our way in the last segment. We'll see. We'll probably knock that out of the ballpark. Okay, Gator Nation. Are you the ultimate Gator fan? Do you have the ultimate Gator fan in your family, friend, relative, whoever? How about this deal? You talk about an early Christmas present. You can go ahead and deliver it in August. Nothing wrong with Christmas in August. Let me tell you what's going on. And we have 2 tables. Our show, the Young Norvelle Show, we have secured 2 tables. 2 separate tables. We've got Patric Young will be at one table, and I'll be at the other table. Here's what is going on. Monday, 2 weeks from today, Monday, August 12th, is the hard to believe, third anniversary party and third anniversary of Spurrier's Gridiron Grill. Coach Spurrier, the head ball coach, opened up his restaurant museum, 2 stories, incredible setup. If you haven't seen it, you need to get by there. That bad boy opened 3 years ago. Hard to believe it's gone by that quick. The anniversary is Monday, August 12th, 2 weeks from today. Huge party, huge dinner party taking place. How about this? And we have tickets available. They're just about gone, and the only ones they have left are a very late dinner crowd. We secured our tickets and our table earlier. Here's what we got cooking. If you're a Gator fan or somebody in your family or in your life is a Gator fan and you want to take care of them, great early Christmas present. How about a little FaceTime with the head ball coach, okay? Some FaceTime with Coach Spurrier. Selfies encouraged, okay, at the dinner. Delicious, high-end dinner buffet with a filet mignon carving station. Fancy talk, okay? Big-time meal. That's all they serve at Spurrier's. You will get a seat at one of our 2 tables. Patrick will be at one table. I'll be at the other. We've got about 12 spots. I think we're down to 8, so they're going fast. We just started promoting this. So sit at our table, special tables that we will be sitting at, so you're not just scattered about, where have you. If you purchase through us, you will receive a signed copy of Patric's book, Sit to Rise. That in itself is a great Christmas present for a Gator in your life. You will have a chance to meet and greet with unknown. I can't even put a number on current and former Gators that will be at this event 2 weeks from tonight. There will be Gators past and present all over the restaurant helping Coach Spurrier celebrate his 3rd anniversary of Spurrier's Gridiron Grill. Gratuity is included. We could go on and on and on. $199 per seat. Like I said, our dinner is $7.15. The only tickets they have now are for, they're seating different in 15-minute increments to get a large number of people through the restaurant. 5:30, 5:45, 6, 6:15. Our dinner and our 2 tables, 7:15. Perfect dinner time. Now, we, myself and Patrick, we are doing our show live 2 weeks from today from Gainesville. Looks like we're going to be on the stage right behind the front door at Spurrier's in the courtyard. We're going to be right there 4 to 6 doing the show live Monday, August 12th at Spurrier's 4 to 6. Patrick will then have a book signing from 6 to 7 right there where we do the show, steps from the front door of Spurrier's, and then at 7 o'clock we'll go in and get to our table, have a big time. Going to be a memorable, once-in-a-lifetime experience. You don't want to miss it. You can get your tickets squared away. Go to the website. Just reach out. Reach out to me on tnsportsjax@yahoo.com. Reach out to me with an email. I will get back to you and let you know how you can secure your tickets. They're going fast. They will go fast. tnsportsjax, tnsportsjax@yahoo.com. Or if you want to secure your tickets, drop by any of our locations this week while tickets last. You can come and secure in person with me a check. We can Venmo it, however you want to do it. Let me give you the setup where we're at the rest of the week if you want to do that. Tomorrow, if you're in the Mandarin area, swing by the show 4 to 6. We're at Hurricanes, Jointon Creek. Wednesday, Twin Peaks. Come by, say hi, get your tickets at Twin Peaks if we've got them left. Thursday, maybe you're closer to the beach area. Neptune Beach, Thursday. We are at Sliders Oyster Bar every Thursday. And then Friday, Jacksonville Beach. So you can get by Bricks Jax Beach on Friday. So any of our locations, come by or reach out to me on an email, and I'll get back in touch with you and let you know how we can take care of your ticket request. I'm telling you what, you're going to make a Gator fan in your life very happy. Maybe it's you. Big time, looking forward to it. Again, my email address, just reach out and say, hey, I want some information. I'll get back in touch with you. TN Sports Jax, J-A-X, TN Sports Jax at yahoo.com. Did I mention gratuities also included? That bad boy. Going to be a fun time. You're going to meet a lot of people. And not to blow our own horn, but the dignitaries that are there, they'll gravitate toward Patrick's table, I guarantee you. Our tables will be right there. So there'll be a just unknown number of Gator celebrities. And, of course, Coach Spurrier. Again, selfies are encouraged. You're going to meet the head ball coach. He'll make the make the rounds, and he is a wonderful host at his restaurant. He's there all the time, and I know we're really, really looking forward to it. We've secured 2 tables. Tickets are going fast. We hope you can take advantage of that. So that'll get us out of here. We had a lot of stuff we did not get to. I'll try to carry it over, including Major League Baseball off and running. Braves trying to hang in there. The Mets had an ugly injury. Paul Skeens goes tonight, coming off his first loss, sort of. How about Skeens for the Pirates? He lost his first game last week. He threw a 4-hitter, 8 1/3 innings, gave up 2 runs, but no support. Paul Skeens tonight on the hill. Yankees-Phillies open up what should be a fun series tonight. 6 teams in the National League are within 2 games of the 3 wild card spots. It's going to be a dash to the finish with regard to wild card spots in the National League. Don't look now, the Padres, they just lost last night. They had a 7-game winning streak snap. Padres as hot as anybody in Major League Baseball. So a lot of baseball we'll cover as MLB is really heating up. Can the Braves hang on? Can they stay healthy enough? One of the storylines we'll follow. That'll wrap it up. See you tomorrow. We're at Hurricanes, Julian Creek. Hope you can stop by and say hi, everybody. Have a great Monday.
Finally, a family atmosphere, kid-friendly restaurant with a real sports bar feel. Bricks Jax Beach features all of that and a large, climate-controlled covered patio with misting fans and heaters for all seasons. Mix in an extremely diverse menu that features the most quality and affordable steak at the beach, and there's no reason not to enjoy your next lunch, dinner, happy hour, or big sporting event at Bricks Jax Beach, 300 2nd Street North in Jacksonville Beach. See you at Bricks Jax Beach.
For over 20 years, Southeast Orthopedic Specialists has been providing the highest level of orthopedic and spine care to patients throughout Northeast Florida. Now, we're making that same great care even more convenient with Southeast Orthopedic Specialists Direct, a walk-in clinic where you can be seen for pain or injuries with no appointment needed. Staffed by orthopedic physicians and specialists, we offer everything from diagnosis and treatment to imaging and bracing, all with no appointment needed. For more information, hours, and locations, visit our website.
I was tempted.
It's more than just food. It's a tradition, a heritage. It's about my family and the smiles on their faces. It's about the flavor, the meat, the love, the community. Our community. Barbecue is who we are, and it's what we do.
Hey everyone, Olivia Tasley here from Action Sports Jax to tell you all the different ways you can watch our new 24/7 network. 3 easy steps. You don't even need a pen and paper to write it down. Step number 1, download the app. Search Action News Jax in your app store either on your phone or your smart TV. Then, once you're on the app, click on that little drop-down menu in the upper left-hand corner with the 3 little lines. That'll show you these options, and boom, right here, click Action Sports Jax 24/7, and you will be brought to our continuous stream channel. That app can be accessed through all these different platforms. Whether you have Roku, Fire TV, Smart TV, Apple TV, or Google TV, you can find our app. Now, if you don't have access to the app, don't worry, we still got you covered. We're across all social media platforms from Facebook, Instagram, X, YouTube, Twitch. We have a podcast channel. Plus, check out our short reels on our TikTok. Action Sports Jax 24/7. It's on all the time and everywhere.
Summertime means sizzling sales at Nimnick Buick GMC. The #1 Buick GMC dealer in Jacksonville has lots of inventory to choose from with their best price guarantee. Nimnick never charges above MSRP. You can save up to $10,000 off select new GMC Sierras or get rates as low as 1.9%.
You know, I'm a truck guy. GMC Sierra, my trim level is an SLT. This one's an Elevation. Pretty good looking color as well. So here at Nimnick Buick GMC, you have a lot to pick from. My father-in-law, he drives this, an Enclave, so I feel like that GMC in the family. 2025 is coming around the corner, which means it's almost time to close out those 2024s this summer.
You can schedule a test drive at NimnickBuickGMC.com. And while you're there, check your trade value and customize your payment options. Nimnick is there for you, even on Sundays. Visit the showroom on Phillips Highway or shop online at NimnickBuickGMC.com. Nimnick, your friends in the car business since 1941. GMC, we are